Hi everyone, this is Val. Today I'm going to put on my TIE Fighter pilot hat so we can talk about Star Wars. Star Wars is not just a movie franchise, it's also an entire universe and a way of life. This is not straight. Screw this. So for this video, I'm going to just browse the internet and look for people who hate Star Wars and why they hate it. And I'm probably gonna be commenting on a lot of this stuff. Of course, if you don't like Star Wars, you are entitled to your wrong opinion. No, I'm kidding. You are entitled to your opinion. It's absolutely fine if you don't like it. In the end, it's all a matter of opinions, and I cannot convince you to love it, just like you cannot convince me to hate it, because it's all about opinions. So what I'm gonna do is look at arguments why people think Star Wars suck and just explain why I think it doesn't. So here we go. Reasons why Star Wars sucks. Top 10 reasons why Star Wars suck. Number 10. Star Wars has always been too damn childish. To that, I'm only going to say, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Star Wars might seem childish to an outsider because of all the robots, the pew pew pew, the spaceships, but it also deals with serious ethical issues and serious political issues as well. If you dive deep into the Star Wars universe, you'll find the entire conspiracies to overthrow the Republic by Emperor Palpatine, or at least before Senator Palpatine. And the discussion between Anakin and Padme, what that they had in the field about who should actually be a leader, someone who does the best for the people, and how do you know what the people want? And these are discussions that are still happening today. Number 9, the Star Wars fan base, a population of man babies. That is basically saying the same thing as the first argument, that you think Star Wars is childish. Creators of Star Wars does not love you. I think there's a grammar error. Does not love you as much as you love Star Wars. It's just business. Yeah, well, so is every movie. Number 7, no good alien characters. It's only human characters who run the show. And every character being human. This is a galactic space adventure with so many creatures and lore is never explored. Oh, the comma. Fortunately, with the exception of Yoda, the Jedi Master, and every alien creature is nothing but props. Even Chewbacca is a prop, and is only the shadow of Han Solo. I would not agree that Chewbacca is a prop, because Chewbacca has his own role, beliefs that he shares, his morals. But I do agree, to an extent, that it's very human dominant. That is true. Too much extended universe. So you're saying the lore is never explored, and then you complain about too much extended universe. I mean, this is like with any fantasy world. Tolkien published a ton of resources that added to Middle-earth. And that makes sense because there's an entire world to be explored. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it's a universe. There are just so many stories to be told. Because it's what you should do as a creator with such a huge fan base to keep your fans happy. The villains oppose no threat. The war is dumb. How is the war between a totalitarian regime and the people who rebel against it dumb? Number 4, pandering of bringing balance to the Force and joining the dark side. What makes George Lucas's world building in Star Wars so one-dimensional is his world is clearly black and white. Good and evil is a clear line that Lucas made this universe. Good and evil is a clear line that Lucas made this universe about good versus evil. Yes, but it's a trope. It's a typical fantasy trope. And fantasy tropes are not bad. They help people relate to the story. Brainwashing, Deus Ex Machina, perfect accuracy, manipulate every object around you, spirituality, help mortal being still coexist in the afterlife. What makes Empire Strikes Back such a drag to watch is because Luke Skywalker's story arc to just learn about how the Force works. I am understanding these sentences less and less. I have to actually reread the sentence. Hang on. It's a nice world building, but it didn't really add much to the story. Okay, side story arc of Luke is the typical hero finding himself. I personally think it was necessary, especially the fact that Luke had to face Vader, and that was, for me, clear foreshadowing that they were related. Coexisting in the afterlife, spirituality helping mortal beings. The questions of spirituality and the afterlife are things that are anchored in our civilization. Having the Force being an emblem of these two things makes it very relatable for the watchers, readers, users. Number 3, too much deconstruction and nowhere to go with it. What do they mean? I think they mean it's because the perception of the characters changed too much. Maybe I'm just not familiar with that word used in this context. That's probably it. Because they mentioned that the truth of Darth Vader being Luke's father was a deconstruction of what we perceived him to be as an evil villain, and now he was more human than we predicted. And the fact that Obi-Wan went from being a Jedi to a humongous liar. Not so black and white. But that's life, right? Life happened to Obi-Wan. He had to go into hiding, relinquish his religion, not practice anymore, keep a low profile, and that's what he became. So I guess this would be attributed to character development. Now on the Vader issue, yes, it was a plot twist, but I think it adds a lot more to the story when you get some background about the villain. Because yes, we perceive him to be this evil villain, very powerful, but in the end, he's just human. And then you, as the viewer, realize that he is defeatable. And that he has a weakness, which is maybe his son. Number 2, there are better stories than Star Wars. Yes. Yes. Definitely. But that's not what it's about. That shouldn't be an argument as to why Star Wars suck, because there's always better. Of course, Star Wars is not, far-fetched. The plot is not far-fetched. The characters are not far-fetched, but the universe is. All of that combined is what makes it special. And of course you'll find something better, but you'll also find something worse. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see the number 1 reason. Star Wars has nothing more to offer. If it didn't, why would they be expanding on the universe? So that's it. Of course, I think that this person has a lot of good points. This video was just to discuss these points. It's always nice when people share their opinions of movies, of whatever. In the end, it's just a matter of opinions, and we might never agree with each other, but at least things are worth saying. Yeah, it's nice to see what people think about it. And sometimes it's also nice to play devil's advocate and act like you hate it and watch your friends hate you. Alright, thanks everyone for watching, and if you like this content, you can press like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you!